Hello! Long time no visit. I'm finally back in North Dakota. I hadn't planned to be as busy as I have been since I got back, so I haven't had a chance to film, and it's Saturday now. Tomorrow's Easter. Happy early Easter, by the way, if you celebrate Easter. If not, I hope you have a good day. But yesterday I went to town and I was dying to hit up the Sephora inside JCPenney's because I had heard the new Kat Von D Contour Eye Palette was being seen at Sephora inside JCPenney's. Lo and behold, they had it. They also had the double-ended brush. When I was at the makeup show, which I will be doing a haul, hopefully maybe after this video, not for sure. My brother just bought, side note, he just bought a 65 Impala and I'm just dying to go for a ride in it, and it's like kind of nice outside because I want to kind of do that, but I also want to film that haul video, like my California haul. So many fun goodies. Anyway, at the makeup show, they only had 15 of those contour eye palettes at the show, and they sold out like hotcakes, so I didn't get one. But they have been being seen in Sephora inside JCPenney's, and then I believe that they will probably be released at Sephora online. I want to say the 7th or the 8th. Usually, like, Sephora comes out with new stuff on like a Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm thinking next week, so hopefully. But I found mine inside Sephora at JCPenney's, so I thought I'd go ahead and do a first impression video, which and a demo, which will be towards the end of the video if you're interested. So that's what I have on my eyes, and then do a swatch video of the palette and stuff like that for you guys today. I did do a video on the contour palette with this too, which by chance, if you're interested, I'll link it down below. But this is what the box for the Shade and Light Eye Contour palette looks like. And inside there are 3 larger shadows that are 2.3 grams a piece, or 0.08 ounces, which is a nice amount of product. And then there are 9 at 1.1 grams, or 0.04 ounces of product, which is still a decent size amount of product. So this is what the box looks like. It's kind of accented in a gold instead of white like the other palette. And then inside here you do have a, so cute, I love the attention to detail. I love Kat Von D's packaging too, although, you know, I wish you'd steer away from the cardboard a little bit. I still like it. There's a little bit of a guide inside of the box as well. So the actual packaging on the eye palette mirrors that of the box, and it is in that heavy duty, you know, substantial cardboard packaging, just like the Chrysalis, the Monarch, and the Face Contour palette. And then it's got the gold accents on there and stuff like that, and the diagram with the shadow names listed on the back. And then inside you've got a mirror, and then here are the shadows, which there are 12. And I really like that they're, you know, shades that you may use more than the others that are the larger ones at the top. Just by looking at the color selection in this palette, I think there's a great array of both warm, cool tones, as well as light to dark tones and transition tones. I think it's a great array of colors. You could do just like endless amounts of looks. You know, there's warm, there's cool, there's light, there's dark, there's medium type of shades. Everything in here is, for the most part, matte. I found that this one right here, which is called Lucius, I used it kind of just right in this inner part of my eye. It kind of comes off satin. It's got a little bit of a glow to it. And then again, these aren't the most matte eyeshadows I've ever used. Some of them kind of have a little bit of a, they're matte, but there's a little bit of a glow factor to them. I'm not sure exactly how to explain it, but like when I look at my eyes, there's a little bit, they're matte, but it's like a satiny matte-ish. Hopefully the swatches will show you guys better what I'm trying to explain. But overall, when I dipped my brush into the shades, I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I used 5 of the shades in the palette today. A few of them kicked up more product when I put my brush in them than others, but that's a typical characteristic of matte eyeshadows anyways. I felt like they performed well. I was a little concerned when I went to blend out my darker crease color, but everything worked out great. I feel like it's a really smooth transition and blend throughout the eye. So first impressions on this guy are a good one. I'm going to go ahead and swatch them for you guys, and hopefully you can see a little bit better for yourselves the nature of the actual product. But for me, I enjoyed using it today, and the first impressions are a good one. I don't think that these are particularly expensive either for the amount of shades and the amount of product that you get. And in this particular palette, it's not too heavy on the light side, it's not too heavy on the dark side. You're not missing too many transition shades or anything of the sort. It's just a great color variety as far as a neutral palette is concerned. So here is the front of the palette, and here is the back with the names on there. And then inside, you've got the mirror right there. And here are the shades. From what I'm seeing, these are showing up really true in the viewfinder, which is awesome. I'll go ahead and read them off to you guys. I guess none of these sound familiar to me, so I don't think there's any repeats. There's been matte blacks in several of her palettes, but this one is called Shacks, and I haven't heard of that one. So anyway, you've got Lattice, Lazarus, and Ludwin. And then you have got, I want to say this one's pronounced Samael, Solus, Lucius, Saleos, Shax, Liberatus is this one, Succubus, Citri, and Latinus. So those are the shades. This is the one right here where I felt was definitely more on the satin, slightly pearl type of a finish, but again, hopefully you guys can see this in the swatches. So let's swatch them here. There are the first three. Let's pick up a bit more. This light one is really close to my skin tone here. Try to get it to show up for you guys. So there are the top three shades that have the bigger pans in the palette. And then we'll do these first four. Boy, those lighter shades are going to be so hard to see on my skin tone, but those are the first four. And these next four. Right there, and then this last one over here, which this one kind of kicked up a bit of product when I used it. I used it underneath the brow bone. I didn't want too stark of a highlight today, so that is the last one right there. So hopefully that was helpful for you guys. I did have a good first experience with this palette. I was a little iffy when I first started to do the blend out of my darker crease color, but everything worked out great. It was really easy, simple, quick to do, which was nice. I do feel like these are a little less powdery, or they kick up a little less product than some of her older eyeshadow palettes, which was quite nice, and I didn't have hardly any fallout on my face when I use these. And for mattes, usually I get a little more fallout on my face with matte eyeshadows. It's just the nature of the beast, I suppose. But so far I like this palette. I know some folks didn't really like the Interstellar palette. I really liked the Interstellar palette. It performed really well for me. So it always depends on what your preferences and stuff like that, because a lot of people love the Lorac Pro matte shadows, and for me those just do not do it for me at all. So, it is a personal preference thing, of course. So if you've liked Kat Von D shadows in the past, I don't think you'll be disappointed with this guy right here. So, and I do like, I like some bright colors, but this is a pretty look. I think using a bright coral lip really worked well with the eye look that I ended up coming up with. So let me show you guys the brush. I almost forgot about it. So this is what the box to the brush looks like. And then this brush does come in a plastic case, coffin style case, just like the contour palette double-ended brush. And then here's the little brush inside, and it says shade and light. The shade side has got a pointy smudger, and then the light side has got a little domed brush. So here's the little smudger up close. It's really pointy, which I like. I actually used it and put a little shadow on my lower lash line. It's really pointy, but so soft, which from personal experience, a super soft, pointy smudger that doesn't have any scratching can be a little rare to find sometimes, but I felt this one did a nice job. And then on the other side, here is the little domed side. I think this, for some reason, I keep thinking this would be great with concealer, which I might try. It's kind of a little dense guy, but since it's dense, I think you could really do some nice blending out with this guy right here. So that is the Shade and Light eye brush. I quite like the brush. I'm not particularly keen on double-ended brushes because they don't store quite as easily, but I am a sucker for her coffin packaging and the way that these look. I like them. So that's that. Now if you're interested in seeing the shadows that are on my eyes and seeing how those shadows perform for me for the first time, you can hang tight and we will get into it right now. I already went ahead and primed my lids from the lash line to up underneath the brow with the RMS Uncover Up Concealer in the shade 00, which is typically what I use for an eyeshadow primer. And then I'm going to take on a Goss number 18 brush, which is a flat shader like this. I'm going to pick up this shade right here in the palette, which is called Lazarus, right? Lazarus. And I'm going to pack that on the lid. I'm going to start in the center here because I don't know what color. It'll be too deep. It's not. I'm going to pack this all over the center of the lid, right here. And then on that same Goss 18 brush, I'm just going to use it on the skinny side and pick up this shade right here, which is called Lucius. And I'm going to put that, this one kind of looks like it might have a little bit of a sheen to it. It's like the only one that kind of looks slightly sheeny in the palette. I'm going to put it right here. And it is. It's got a slight, it's not fully matte. We'll just go with that. But it's not like super shiny either. I'm just going to put that right here. And then on a Chikuhodo GSN 9 brush, I'm going to go into this shade right here, which is called, no, we're going to go into this one right here. And it's called Solus. And I'm going to put that on the outer corner and kind of bring it outwards and up through the crease. It's kind of a reddy brown shade. And then I'm just going to pull it outwards. Right here. I don't really like to use tape, I guess, so I like to just use a brush and be a little bit more precise when I apply it, I guess. I don't like to stick tape to my face, but it's essentially that effect. Pick up a bit more there. So far everything is great as far as performing on the eye. There's a little bit of kick up in the pans when you stick a brush in there, but that's typical for a lot of mattes. Just kind of like that. So our eyes are kind of looking like so. I just want to show you guys. This is about as much it's kicking up in the pan there, which I don't think it's too bad. But now I'm going to go into this shade right here, which is called Latinus or Latinus, on a Chikuhodo GSN 7 brush, and I'm going to put this underneath the brow. Right here, and I'm going to bring it down to almost where that crease shade is. That one really kicked up quite a bit of product. It doesn't appear fully matte. I can see a little bit of a sheen from it, and it was kind of a drier one, that one, but it's on. We'll see how this next shade's going to blend up into it. That's going to tell me something. I think I'm going to use this one right here, which is called Samuel. I'm just going to go with Samuel. On a Goss number 19 brush. And I'm going to blend this through the darker crease shade. And then I'm going to blend it up into the shade we put underneath the brow. And generally, if a shadows were going to go patchy, this is where they do it. And I know a lot of people are like, you know, lay down that transition shade first. That'll, for me, I have dry lids, and I'm more apt to get far less pigmentation from shadows, and also a higher chance of really patchy shadows, because I have dry lids, so like shadow won't stick sometimes when I lay down a transition shade first. So that's kind of why execute an eye look like I do. It's based upon the, like, I guess the moisture level of my shadow. And I use a really hydrating primer. If I use a drier primer, like Urban Decay Primer Potion or something, they even go even patchier quicker. But so far this is looking great. Cool. I'm going to take the GSN 7 and run it across the top here. I'm not going to pick up any more of that product. I'm just going to make sure that this is blended right through here. Oh, I really like that. I really like that. Cool. I'm going to take this GSN 9 and just run it. I'm not going to pick up any extra product, but I'm just going to run it through here, this outer portion a little bit, and then take that 9 again and just give this a buff. No patchiness. I thought I might for a minute there, but it blended, it buffed out. So, cool. I really like that. There's like the tiniest a bit of fallout on here, which isn't bad considering they're matte, but I really like, that was pretty simple, and I like how it turned out. I'm going to do a little something that I usually never do. I'm going to go in with the Shade and Light brush that it kind of came out with this palette. It's purchased separately, but this is what the end looks like, and I'm going to go into that Lazarus shade, which is right here in the middle, and I'm going to just put that on the outer 2/3 of the lower lash line, like right there. Bring it in a little. Just a bit. Kind of pull it out. Like so. I'm really liking this. I'm going to go ahead and finish up my brows, mascara, all that, and I'll be right back to put on some lips for you guys and show you the overall look. Some people like to see what my eyes look like before I put fake eyelashes on, so this is what they look like with no lashes finished, and I will have everything listed down below as far as products are concerned and stuff like that. So for lips, I chose the NARS Velvet Lip Liner in the shade En Soleil. I'm just going to line them and kind of bring in the liner a little bit. Oh, this Phoebe, she's being naughty. And then for lipstick, I have got the Tom Ford number 22 Patrick. This is from the Lips and Boys collection, which I believe is still available. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill these in. This color is great. I don't think I've worn this one yet. It's really pretty. Good summer shade. So there's the overall finished look using the new Kat Von D Shade and Light eyeshadow, or eye contour palette. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to wear sunscreen, and I will see you guys later. Bye.